Hello there everyone, welcome back to James Redmond TV. Very disappointing news for a lot of the supporters. Not as much for me, and I'll explain why, but for everyone else this is going to be largely disappointing. And I'm sure you've already seen it by now. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll have seen this news reported by me already as well. But the Guehi deal has collapsed, and I've been very active on Instagram talking about the deal, but I wanted to do a video for the YouTube viewers as well, just to keep you up to date with how this all happened. So obviously we knew last night there was some strong encouragement when you were seeing Dean Henderson pushing Guehi to the fans and things like that. And I think it was clear to the Palace players he was gone. And I think it was clear to Guehi he was gone. I think even the Palace hierarchy had accepted the fate as well. And I think that's why today we got to a point where we had a 5-year deal agreed with the player. We had a medical complete for the player, but we fell short at getting that deal agreed on paper, though it was reported the deal was agreed for 35 million by all the major outlets. The unfortunate side to this is that it doesn't give us that bit of extra dopamine, and in the eyes of many supporters they're going to feel we're under-positioned at centre-back, which I'll discuss briefly in this video at the end. But for now, I think it's not the end of the world, and if I am going to give my 2 pence on this situation, 2 pence with hammers, it is genuinely that we're going into a season with, in my opinion, a fantastic centre-back partnership between Konate and Verge. I know Konate has been underwhelming in the opening 2 games, but let's be honest, that's not his final form. He can do it a lot better than what he's shown. And also, on the Guehi stuff, let's not forget, in January, a pre-agreement can absolutely be sorted. Next summer, it can absolutely be sorted, but for now, it's done. Now, if we can't consider Guehi an option, you've got to look at Leone, you've got to look at Gomez, and then whether it's a youth academy kid or, Enzo or whoever the hell you want to play as that 5th choice centre-back, we shouldn't really be discussing or having high discourse on a topic that's going to involve 1% of the season, is my opinion. And we can't have a go at the club for this, because ultimately we did everything we can to get the Guehi deal done to the point where the player was literally about to sign. What happened here was Glasner pulled the plug. So this was a weird 3-way that we were going through in the past couple of hours, and not that type of 3-way. Glasner wanted the player to stay, basically saying to Crystal Palace, if you want me to do well, keep my bloody best players. The club have said, Parish has said, we need 35 million for Guehi. Guehi has said, I want the move to Liverpool. 2 of the 3 parties, it was pointing towards a Liverpool move. But the one that mattered was what must have been the poetic conviction and convincing that Glasner must have got over on Parish and potentially Guehi. Listen, there's no reports that Guehi is set to sign a new deal with Palace. It does appear that now the option is he runs down his deal and then joins another club for free next summer. Or he might sign a contract with a release clause, who knows? That's not been reported, that's just me speculating. The point is that he got his wish. And that's what great managers do. I know us Liverpool fans are going to be like, oh, Glasner. Listen, he's just won an FA Cup, a Community Shield, and he's just kept his captain. As far as I'm concerned, that's a fucking class manager. Do you know what I mean? And if United are going to sack Amarim soon, I'm not going to lie, Glasner might need to be a consideration for them, because he seems to be a good manager. But don't worry, Glasner, you can do better than them. The point is, the disappointment from our side is, 1, we don't get the extra dopamine. 2, we don't have that an absolutely elite option that Guehi would have been. I'm not going to try and cope and say he wouldn't have been an elite option. I've been saying it all summer. What a player. And after studying him more and looking at him more over the past couple of months, I'm even more convinced of that. And that's why the optimism that still remains about him joining in future excites me, because I do still want him to be a Liverpool player one day. I'm not denying that. The only problem is it won't be tomorrow, and that's a sad thing. That being said, it's not the end of the world, and that's what I want to I want this message to be that in this video. If I told you before the window we were going to sign Isak, Ekatike, Frimpong, Kirches, Verts, Leone, etc., there's probably more names that I've missed off there, I think you would have absolutely bit both of my hands off. You probably would have murdered me for that window, let's be honest. We've been that deprived. So, though it's a disappointing end, it's an absolute 10 out of 10 window from me. And I think we need to look at it with optimism. And let's be real, in 2 weeks, as long as we're doing, sound offensively, and as long as we're scoring goals, and as long as we're winning games the way we already have. Listen, guys, we've got 3 wins from 3 without Isak and without Guehi. For me, with the addition of Isak, I'm just even all the more confident. And let's not forget, Ibu, despite his little flirtation with Real Madrid and the fact he is probably going to likely go there at the end of the season, what a player he is. Do you know what I mean? He's still fantastic, and I have every faith he's going to regain that form consistently for the rest of the season. So that's my 2 pence. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. But again, I wanted to address the YouTube viewers about this whole saga, because it has been a bit of a downer at the end. But let's not forget what FSG the data nerds and everyone else has done. Well done, Liverpool. Really appreciate it, and I'm just glad that the window's over so we can commence with the real footy. Anyway, until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Love yous. Ta-ra.